welcome along and welcome back to Frühling, and we're down at the shop because on the second day of March this turned up in the sales and I couldn't wait to pick it up, so we've grabbed it. It cost us just over 11,000. We've got a front weight on it. It's got a nice straight pipe, and yeah, it's a pretty good piece of kit. Now I did consider putting a front loader on it, but I don't think the front loader really works properly the way it is, and it looks a bit weird when I did a bit of testing. So yeah, we have just gone for this configuration with it, but a useful little tractor nonetheless to have around the farm. It has 100 horsepower to it, which is really useful, and we might go and use it today to do a little bit of work on our fields. We have 2 more fields to get planted today. We need to plant the corn in field 5 and the sunflowers in field 4. Thankfully, they require... no, actually, they require the same thing. But no, it's not. It's sorghum. And so, yeah, I got that the wrong way around. We already planted the sunflowers yesterday. So it is the sorghum and the corn we need to plant. So the corn needs to go in field 5 and the sunflower and the sorghum in field 4. Keep mixing that up. We better not mix that up when we actually get to the fields, because that would not be good. And we should be able to get this little tractor following out with the roller later. The interesting thing is on our farm, really, 100 horsepower, which is what this tractor is going to do us pretty well with most of our kit here. Actually is 100 horsepower or less, so this is going to be really useful to have a third little tractor around the farm. Now we still have the fence connected up to this seeder, so we'll get the corn going first. We've already set the corn up on it as well, so this should work pretty well, and we'll get this going on one field. So this is going to be running on field 5 and getting that, and we basically switched sunflowers and corn around. In fact, actually we're going to put the corn in field 4 because we had sunflowers on field 5 last year, and I think we had corn on it the year before. So trying to get a little bit of mix in our crops. We're going to put the corn in on field 4, and hopefully that will then give us a good rotation. And we'll put the sorghum in field 5 because we don't need a huge amount of sorghum. So we will unfold the seeder, and these fields, yeah, are going to need rolling today, and they are going to need... They're going to need rolling, and then this is going to need weeding in May. So let's start this up, and then we'll put a hired worker going on this field, and we'll have to keep a close eye because the hired workers tend to miss out a big patch on field 4 here. Meanwhile, we'll jump in the Deutz, and this we want to hook up to our other seeder. And then what we'll do is finally today we'll get the John Deere out on the roller and do that. But this just means that we'll have more ability to move around, more ability actually to get hired workers running on things. And this is the thing for us at the moment. Having a third tractor means that we will be able to run some stuff on a hired worker. So like cutting the grass and then following up with the tedder and things like that. In fact, we should be able to go round and windrow up without too much issue. We've not got a massive amount of feed in this, and so we'll have to take this down to the shop, but getting sorghum on it should be fine. But yeah, down at the shop we know we've got a big pallet of seeds, so let's go grab those because we don't really have a front loader with the Xylon. With the Xylon working, we don't really have a front loader we can go and pick stuff up with. Don't want to take the skid steer all the way down to the shop. A bit of a tight squeeze to get this in here, but we're in and we've got it. And my slight overspend on seed last time actually seems to be paying off now, thankfully. back this up. Yeah, drop it down, refill it, and we are nowhere near full. Right, let's head back down to the field and get this one started. And so the sorghum is going to go into field 5. Line that all up and get that started. So hire a worker for that. And now that we actually have some money in, we can actually hire workers to do stuff on our farm. Before we continue on the farm, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create a custom line of PCs suitable for everyone from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. And the higher spec machines are also perfect for streaming and content creation. Apex Gaming PCs have dropped the prices on almost all their products by 30%, so there's never been a better time to go check them out. And while those two are working, we can actually get this tractor out and start doing some useful bits around the farm. So our cows could do with a refill, and they're a little bit low. We've got a couple of pallets of cheese out of here. We're still going through the 2,000 odd liters we've got left. We've run out of water actually down at the greenhouse. So yeah, having this tractor about means that we can turn around and we can get work done around the yard while we have hired workers working out on our fields. Really, really useful. I was going to do rolling with this later, but looking at how much we have to do around our yards, I think we're actually probably better off getting this, doing stuff around the yard with our skid steer, and getting just the doits out there rolling both of those fields once that's finished doing the second field. It's gonna make a massive difference just having one extra tractor at work here. We're gonna be able to pick up the slack and get multiple jobs done at once. And with the visibility of our skid steer making things easier as well, it's going to be really, really nice. Just going to get in here and get this end bale out. Yeah, there we go. So one of these bales, the rest with the silage, and we'll be good. Back it off. And in it goes. Very tempting actually to maybe silage our straw. Maybe we'll do that this year because we can make straw silage on this map, which is very, very useful. So forward with this. Back it up. There's no cab on this. I think there's a little bit of glass at the front, but otherwise it's a cabless tractor. This is just a cover over the top. And no ability to put a cab on it. There we are. But it very much feels now like the farm is beginning to take final form, which is great news. I'm very happy that things are taking shape, and it looks like we're going to have our final setup. I need to work out how to maneuver around this cow shed. I thought I'd have got it by now. We ideally want to jive in the other way, so I think what we need to do is turn this around, fill it up, then drive under, and then come back in. As it is, I am nicely backed into here, and we'll empty out the TMR. It should only take a couple of loads of this in order for us to refill the cows, and then they will keep going for a good while. And there we go, that's emptied. We'll turn out of here, go through the bushes a little bit, then we can reposition ourselves over this way, get another hay bale in, and then squeeze ourselves around. Yeah, this works well. I'm actually really pleased with this tractor. This is already making our lives easier on here, and I think it's going to continue to do so. To have such a good setup I think the farm has reached a point where from now it's just sort of going to start succeeding more and more. This is when we start getting to the point where we add more fields, we make more money, and the farm just begins to thrive. Pull this under here and mix in a load of silage. Yeah, down to 73,000 litres. Thing is, next month we're going to cut the grass, and because we're actually doing all right at the moment for hay, we'll top up the silage. So there is plenty of silage that's going to be coming in. In fact, we're probably going to end up selling off a load of silage this year to make some extra cash on the farm. And 2 loads out of this trailer just about refill our cows. In fact, I think this is going to refill our cows. We're not going to need to do any more on here after that. Yeah, look at that. We got a full, and we've got 3,000 litres left. So we'll detach this. And out we come, because I think one of our other tractors has finished work. Yep, it's the Xylon. So the Xylon's finished. That's really good news. What I'd like to do is we've got a whole load of hay bales down at the shop. You probably saw them a minute ago. And I would like to go and get those back to the farm. And we'll need to use the front loader on the Xylon to do it. So what I'm going to do is get this back up to the farm. Oh, actually, while we got the cash, I want to buy this seeder. Yes, we've used it this year and we're finished with it, but it is the only thing we have leased, and I think it would be a really good idea while we've got the cash just to get it bought, and then it's done and got. So parking this up, nice space for it here. Drop down. Kind of need to do a bit of landscaping around here. Cut these bushes back, I think. Undo that. And if we go into the shop here, we've got this here, and we don't have lease to own. So at the moment, we can only just have that as our leased piece of equipment. Doesn't cost me a massive amount of money, but it's not great to have it sitting here either. Ideally, I think we kind of want to go and get it so that it isn't causing us any issues, right? And then we need to get some water back down to our greenhouses down the bottom. Start producing more lettuce, because the lettuce is great. So we'll park the Xylon up here for now. Might get the front loader on it later. I'm just going to go and connect the water trailer up to this, and we will get the greenhouses going again. This tractor is a little bit smaller as well, so it's very much more nimble around the yard, which is great on a map like this when we don't have a huge amount of space. And we'll head down to the animal yard. That is where, or the animal market, that is where we can fill up with water, fill this tanker up, and send it round the greenhouse a few times. And while this is filling up, we can head over and switch the Deutz-Fahr onto the rollers, so that can go and roll our fields in. So refill that. Deutz-Fahr sitting in a bush waiting for us. And so out of here with that. And yeah, now we just need to roll these 2 fields. Oh, and I need to check on our way back that we really did seed all of this field. Yeah, it seems to have got everything. There is a patch at this end of the field that previously the tractors have just straight up refused to work. Doesn't seem to be a problem this time. We'll drop the seeder off then and pick up the roller, which is just down the road from it. Down that goes there. Drop that off. And the Deutz this way. And the Deutz is just that tad more maneuverable than the Xylon, which makes it very useful for this job. Allows us to sort of get things turning around much quicker. And that means that these should get rolled in today as well. And That's perfect, because it means that next time we'll be able to do grass work and get these fields weeded and possibly sprayed, and then we'll be on to the harvest, which should probably be our final harvest on here. We're going to head to about 30 episodes on this series. Now that the farm is nicely set up and earning money, we are in a position very much where I think we're successful and pretty much can see where we're at. We made nearly 100,000 this year on here, and that is only going to start increasing. So hired on the doits, and away that goes, and this field will be rolled in no time. And our water trailer is full. This water trailer really does not hold that much. 65% with its weight limit. I don't think trailers are like this in real life for holding milk and water. It seems to be the weight limit on this is a little bit mad. We'll empty that out though, and a few times round on that should be good. Yeah, that is oh wow. Yeah, I think we want to get to about halfway, so 3 full loads of water should top us up enough to keep that going for a little while. 3rd full load of water in the tank, and this should finish things off for us. It's not going to be fully refilling our greenhouse, but what it should do is give it enough to keep going for a little while. Yeah, we are at 7,600, so that will do fairly well, I think. It should use about 1,400 a day, so that should be enough to keep it going a little while. The other thing we've got in May is wool should hit its top price. Looking in here, we're at 13,084, and it should hit 13,128. So we're not far off. In fact, it is going up at the moment. So we're pretty much, yeah, definitely going to need to sell in May if we don't already hit top price by then. And in fact, we are on the way up. Well, it's, you know what, the cheese price isn't bad either. And that's worth 22,000 at the moment. We really need to get more cheese going through our dairy. But the cows aren't producing milk that quickly. Actually, look at how many sheep we have. Yeah, we are doing well with sheep at the moment. It's tempting almost to buy the spinnery and see if we could make extra money from all that wool that's being processed. Deutz has finished rolling this field here, rolling field 4, so we can just hop across here. I knew it. I absolutely knew we were going to have this problem. Right, I need to go and get the little John Deere on the seeder, because we have an entire strip that's been missed. And this is the useful thing on here, is that this little John Deere really will run 90% of our equipment. I think the only thing it can't run is the mowers, and that is because it has no front 3-point and doesn't have enough horsepower, even if it did. Otherwise, this baler, this seeder, the weeder, the other planter, the rollers, everything that we do field work with, bar the sprayers, which will only fit on the Xylon, can all be done with this little tractor. So it is a godsend, especially for just over 11,000. It's an absolute bargain. Let's turn it on and then reverse it up. Just get it doing this little bit here. Yeah, very pleased with this. We've been waiting for a tractor like this to come along for ages, and now that it has, it is already proving just how useful it is. And with that done, we'll just bring this in here, line up the doit, and get that going. We're running this entire farm with less than 150 horsepower. on our tractors, which is absolutely great. Very, very pleased that our nice little small farm here is running well. And while the rollers are getting on with that, we're just going to head down to the shop here. We're in the fence and we've got the flatbed on the back. And I'm just going to collect all these up. Now, I've got the pallet forks on here. We'll be able to pick the bales up with those pallet forks. So that isn't a huge problem. But I also wanted to pick the pallet up while I was down here. And I couldn't do that with the bale spike. So let's just line this up. We'll get these bales on. And then we can get them back to the farm. Just sort of tops things up, and these bales were a real bargain. I think we paid £400 or about £450 for all 5 of them, which is so very, very cheap. Worth it when you're running the used equipment mod that I am. If you see a set of bales like that, picking them up, and not to resell, because I don't think that's the right way to go with it, but just to save yourself a bit of money when you're coming to actually getting bales. It will save quite a bit in the long run. Right, and oh, that's it, dropped off. That is not going to make things easy for us. You can tell these forks are the wrong thing for this because it doesn't like to have 2 bales on it at the same time. It keeps pushing one of the bales off. I'm going to have to do it a bale at a time. But that was, yeah, that was not a lot of fun to get them upright and then on here. And then it's dropped them sort of 2 or 3 times. There we go. On there like that. Oh, I'm not sure I have enough space to put my pallet of seeds on. Yeah, we might have to put the seeds on top of the bales, which is not ideal. Right, let's get those there. In fact, if we push them on from the back, we might be able to sort this in a way that works for us. That isn't any of our seed at the side there. Yeah, it's just our pallet of seeds here. They fall off the front because I don't think those are on there very well. Oh, wow, they really are. And this is part of the reason why I'd like to have got the front loader on the John Deere, because maneuvering the Xylon is not great. Oh, but these are going to fit on the back, so that'll be fine. Like that. Not the cleanest stacking job ever, but be able to get this all sorted later, I think. There we are. Strap it all down. Yeah. That's all nice and secure. And we'll take this back to the farm, and we'll use something a little bit more appropriate to unload it. There's a nice little skid steer that will get these bales off with a lot less hassle. Looks like our roller is finished as well, so wow, that's really good to have both those fields all done and dusted by the mid-afternoon. Is absolutely fantastic. Now we don't need to do any weeding on the sunflowers that we planted last time. That's because that was a ploughed field, so that isn't going to cause us any problems. It will just be field 4 that needs weeding, so no worries there. Yeah, this is going to be really good. We are nicely ahead and things are moving swiftly on, and as I said, with the 3rd tractor we'll be able to get multiple jobs done at once when it comes to next time, and that is only going to be a good thing for us. We should be able to get all of our fields sprayed next time. We should be able to get rid of the weeds in field 4 next time, and we should be able to make silage in our grass field next time as well. So it's all going to be good. That is going to work out very, very nicely for us. Oh, and we can tell the purchased bales from the ones that we did ourselves, because our net wrap on our own bales is in the class color, and purchased bales is just black. Last bale on, and that is slot on here rather nicely, I hope. Not as nice as I'd like, but no, I think we're on there. I think we're good. Yeah, there we are. So we'll go drop off. Actually, we'll go drop off the skid steer in the shed, and then we can use the forks on the vent on the Xylon to unload the pallets, and put that in our store shed. Go in through the gates over to here. Need to leave myself enough space to crack the back, and to turn around and get stuff into the store shed as well. Going to be very tight in here. This is the only thing, and this again is where the smaller tractor comes in very useful. And actually, in this kind of space, the skid steer would as well. But I think we're all right. We've still got an abundance of net wrap. So we're gonna have to use that up at some point. Yeah, we got some that case. I think we got some case net wrap and some glass net wrap. I get that in there. Yeah, we'll come and move that later, I think, with the skid steer, because that is just not maneuverable enough, this tractor. Get around in that. We can actually come at it this way and just push it in so we can close the door. Like so. Well, actually, that works even better. Push it in like that to get it round, and then if we can't just push it a bit further. There we go. Did see it much better to get into there, and that's why we got it. But that is all of that done and cleared up. Wow, we have achieved so much today. That field there is nicely rolled in as well, so we shouldn't have, as I said, any weed problems on there, as we haven't had on any of these fields. Nitrogen is bad in our wheat. I'm guessing nitrogen is bad in the sunflowers as well. And nitrogen is probably going to be... Oh, nitrogen's just not great in the sorghum. So we're going to get these fields turned around. We will get this sprayed next time. We're going to get the grass cut next time. And rode up and turned into silage. And yeah, we're going to have to weed one of our fields well. So lots to do in May. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go and ride the horse quickly. But the rest of our day is done. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.